Good day, everyone. Week 6 is all about cooked poultry and game bird dishes. The most essential learning competency for this week is prepare poultry and game bird dishes. And the objectives are: number 1, describe the two methods of cooking poultry dishes. Number 2, prepare poultry and game birds hygienically to minimize the risk of food spoilage and cross-contamination. And number 3, realize the importance of principles of cooking poultry. For the review of the past lesson, we have the classtools.net using the hotspot activity. So here we have the whole chicken and its parts. Okay, so we have the chicken breast. Okay, so as you point the hotspot, so we have the name, the description, and the link where it is taken. So here we have the lean cut of meat taken from the muscle on the other underside of the chicken. Each whole chicken contains one chicken breast with two hubs. Okay, next we have the tail. Okay, so we have the name, we have the description, and when you click the link, it will lead you to where the description is taken. Okay, let's go to the next part. So we have the drumstick. Okay, so it's the lower meaty leg portion of the bird, such as chicken. Okay, so it exists from the knee joint down to almost the foot. And here is the link also. Okay, so since it is the leg quarter, so we have the drumstick already. Now we have the thigh portion. Okay, so the chicken thighs are a meat chicken cut from the top section of the chicken. Okay, that will also lead you to the link where the description is taken. Next, we have the wing part that are divided into 3. So we have the wing tip, the tiny pointy pieces shaped like a feather. Okay, there's the description. Next, we have the midwing or the winglet, also called flat. Okay, so there are 2 tiny bones from it. Okay, next and lastly, we have the wing drummet. Okay, so a much smaller drumstick. It's like drumstick, but it's not. Okay, it is meatier section of the wing part. Okay, it is mostly dark meat. That is why it is juicier, okay, compared to winged. Let us now have the heat is on. Let us answer the simple problem solving given to identify the parts of poultry and its portion. For number 1, there are 40 students in grade 10 Cartland. In their cookery class, they were divided into 8 groups to cook baked chicken halves. How many whole chickens do 10 Cartland need to perform this activity per group? Pause this video to compute. Let us now check your answer. So for the solution, we have 8 groups. We have to multiply it by 1/2. Since halves are 1/2 of a whole chicken. So that will give us a 4 whole chicken. Next, number 2, Mia is told by her mom to portion 12 pieces of chicken leg quarter. Her mom asked her to make 8 pieces of thigh for the nabotas pinatisang manok and 7 pieces of drumsticks for Bacolad's chicken inasal. How many thighs and drumsticks are left for Aklan's chicken binakol? Pause this video to answer. A chicken leg quarter is composed of drumstick and thigh. So here's the solution. If Mia will use 8 thighs for the pinatisang manok, so what is left is 4 thighs. If Mia will use 7 drumsticks for the chicken inasal, so what is left is a 5 drumsticks. So all in all, for the chicken binakol, Mia will have 4 thighs and 5 drumsticks. Let us now have the add one out. In each of the following numbers, 4 words have been given, of which 3 are alike in some way and 1 is different. Find the add one out. Pause this video to answer. For number 1, we have bachoy. Okay, bachoy is a pork dish while the others are chicken dishes. For number 2, steaming. Steaming uses water to cook food while 3 are not. For number 3, cooking oil makes the food brown and crispy while the rest are not. Number 4, barbecuing is a direct heat cooking while the 3 uses liquids in cooking. And number 5, strainer is a non-top of the stove cooking tool while others are. Let's prep it. Here are the guide questions. For number 1, how foods are spoiled and contaminated. Number 2, how does dry heat cooking differ from moist heat cooking? For number 3, what are the factors to consider in using any of the 2 methods of cooking? Okay, let us have first the common causes of food spoilage and contamination. Okay, so the picture shows that she failed, okay, to properly refrigerate her food. Okay, so obviously it will spoil. Next, we have an infected chef or cook or food workers, or poor personal hygiene can also cause a food contamination. Okay, so this picture is obviously an undercooked chicken. Okay, so failure to thoroughly heat or cook our food can cause food contamination. Next, we have the cross-contamination of cooked foods through improperly cleaned items or raw ingredients. Next, we have contaminated ingredients that are incorporated into foods. Okay? If that's so, that can cause food spoilage and contamination. And lastly, okay, prolonged exposure to TDZ or temperature danger zone, which is favorable to bacterial growth. To avoid food spoilage and contamination, we should subject our food to low temperature or inside the refrigerator or even in the freezer. Okay, we should practice good personal hygiene. We should cook our food thoroughly. We should separate food from non-food. We should examine ingredients to be used if they are in good quality. And lastly, let us identify the TDZ or the temperature danger zone, which is at room temperature or 37 degrees Celsius. Let us have the let's cook it. Cooking methods are ways or techniques that will make food edible for human consumption with the use of heat. We have 2 types of cooking methods. We have the dry heat cooking and the moist heat cooking. Dry heat cooking is a process where food is exposed to a direct source of heat, either from below or above the food. First, we have grilling. Grilling is a cooking where the heat source is below the food. Next, we have barbecuing. Barbecuing is also grilling, except that the food is repeatedly basted using a food brush. Next, we have roasting. Roasting is done by constantly rotating the food as it cooks in an open fire. Next, we have broiling. Okay, if in grilling, the food is above the heat source, this time, the heat source is above the food. Next, we have baking. Baking is cooking in an enclosed chamber that generates heat, or commonly we call it an oven. Heat makes our food dry. So to prevent that, there are different ways that we can apply to make our meat still juicy and moist. We have basting or brushing of marinades or cooking oil. We have larding or the inserting of fat in meat. And lastly, we have barning or wrapping of fat, commonly bacon, in meat. Next, we have the deep fat frying, or where the food to be cooked is submerged in cooking oil. So it requires a lot of cooking oil. The way we cook our fried chicken or even our chicken lollipop is through deep fat frying. Next, we also have pan frying or frying using shallow cooking oil. The way we cook our chicken nuggets or even our hot dogs and eggs. Next, we have sautéing, or it's a French term meaning to toss. So you have to allude the food to be cooked in cooking oil. Next, we have the griddle frying or the dry fry that requires little or no fat at all. The way we cook our bacon is in griddle frying. Next, we have the moist heat cooking, or with the use of any liquid as a medium in transferring the heat, such as water, broth, fruit juice, or even milk. Okay, so we have a boiling. So it is cooking with the use of water that breaks at the surface or once it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. Next, we have simmering or cooking in liquid below boiling point. Next, we have steaming, where the vapor or hot air that generates in water cooks the food. Next, we have poaching or cooking in hot water below boiling and simmering and used to cook a delicate foods. We also have a combination of the two cooking methods. We have the stewing and braising. You have to first cook the ingredients and meat in oil, then you have to add liquid after to thoroughly cook them. Stewing uses smaller pieces of meat, while braising uses a larger pieces of meat. Let us now go to our activity. Chicken na chicken lang. So what you're going to do is to sort or group the chicken dishes according to the methods of cooking used. Pause this video to answer. Let us answer. Under dry heat cooking, we have chicken inasal that uses barbecuing, crispy fried chicken that is cooked by deep fat frying, buttered chicken through pan frying. Chicken lollipop is cooked by deep fat frying also. Baked chicken hubs are through baking. Moist heat cooking are chicken siomai that is cooked by steaming, while tinola and sinampalukang manok are both cooked by boiling. The combination of dry and moist heat cooking are as follows: chicken pastel, chicken adobo, and pininyahang manok. As you notice, all of them are cooked first in oil, then liquid is added to thoroughly cook the meat. So let's wrap it up. Go back to the guide questions given and check if you have the answers from this video lesson. I will wait for your answer through the comment section of our FB group. Okay, for our evaluation, so we have cooking with chicks. So let us start. Okay, cooking method that requires the use of liquids. Okay, is it dry heat, moist heat cooking, straining, or washing? So the answer is moist heat cooking. Okay, next question. Which of the following uses both dry and moist heat cooking, where food is browned first in oil and afterwards liquid is added? Is it the chicken pastel? For letter A, B, chicken inasal, C, tinola, or D, buffalo wings? Okay, let us use the 50-50 like now. Okay, so the answer is chicken pastel. Okay, next question. Okay, cooking in an enclosed chamber that generates heat. Is it barbecuing for letter A, B, frying, C, baking, or D, sauteing? And the answer is baking. Okay, next question. Okay, dry heat method where the food is constantly rotating as it cooks in an open fire. Is it broiling, barbecuing, grilling, or roasting? And the answer is, let us use the extra time. Okay, and that is roasting. For the fifth question, the physical movement or transfer of harmful bacteria from one object to another or in food. Is it the cross-contamination, refrigeration, cooking, or storing? And the answer is letter A, cross-contamination. Okay. For the number 6 question, which of the following can be used in dry heat cooking? Is it A, butter, B, rice washing, C, coconut milk, or letter D, juice? And the answer is butter. Okay. Next. How fried chicken cook in oil? Is it through pan fry, deep pat frying, dry fry, or stir fry? And the answer is deep pat fry. Okay, next question. Method where the hot air or vapor cooks the food. Is it boiling for letter A, simmering for B, steaming for C, and braising for D? And the answer is steaming. Last question. So we have the process of heat application to make food safe for consumption. Is it A, cross-contamination, B, cooking, C, refrigeration, or D, storing? And the answer is cooking. Last question. Okay, this will eliminate dryness of meat while cooking using food brush. Is it A, larding, B, boarding, C, coating, or D, brushing? So obviously the answer is basting. Okay, so it will give you the score. Okay, you can click the show answer. So here are the correct answer. Okay, you can scroll down to check. Okay, then you are asked your name. So in here, you have to write your full name. Okay, so just to check if it's really you who took the test. For your assignment and reflection, we have the performance task 2, which is all about preparing chicken. A copy is already uploaded in the FB group. Next, we have an interview. Ask your mom about her 5 chicken menu that the family is enjoying every time it is served, and what is her secret in cooking her chicken menu. For your insights, if given a chance to own a business selling chicken, what would it be? And how can you apply your learnings in poultry cookery? Kindly upload it also through our FB group through the comment section. To end our lesson, let me leave you this quote. No one is born a great cook. One learns by doing, and that is from Julia Child.